Hi there, this is Ruba, and I'm very quickly going to show you how you can hook up one of the Paragon characters in a real engine to get sort of proper movement. So, we are going to start within the Epic Games launcher, go up, select launch, launch the engine, and then we're going to go and we're going to start a new project. New project, we're going to choose Blueprint. You can choose C++ if you really want to, but it just takes longer for the purpose of this tutorial. I'm just going to show you the easy way. From here, we're then going to choose third person. The reason we're using third person is it has a bunch of basic features already coded in that are designed to work with the character that we're going to select. So you don't have to use this, you can do blank, but then you have to do all that coding and figuring out yourself going into Blueprint. So for the time being, choose third person, and we're just going to call this Shinbi test. Okay, desktop console, maximum quality, we don't need starter content, hit create project, and that should then load the engine, and we're then going to have the engine open. We're going to close it now that it's opened, and we're going to go to add project. Sorry, we're going to go to Paragon Shinbi. She's in my vault here. If you don't have Shinbi and you need to add her, click on the marketplace at the top, type in Shinbi. She'll pop up, go into her. To buy her, you need to add to basket and then go to checkout. Okay, but I've already got her, so we don't have to do that. So we go back to the library. Okay, so Paragon Shinbi, add to project, choose our test project, click add to project. This bar will go down. If you haven't downloaded this asset previously, you'll have to download it first, then it will copy over to your project. It'll verify, says complete, goes away. Once you have this add to project button come back, you're good to go. You can go back in. You don't really need to do coming out and going back in, but it's just sometimes easier because Unreal can not realize that you've added the content in. So we go back in, we've what appears to be exactly the same as before, but down at the bottom in the content browser, you can click on content and you can see we have a new folder called Paragon Shinbi. We're going to go in here, we go from Paragon Shinbi into characters, into heroes, and then into Shinbi. And this is our default folder. We have a couple of files that you need to make sure you have in here. So we have the Shinbi animation blueprint and the Shinbi player character. Okay, we're gonna need these as we go. Okay, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go up to this world outliner and we're going to get rid of this guy. We're going to go down and we're going to find third person character. You can either click on the world outliner and it selects them, press the delete key, and that'll get rid of them, or you can just click on them as well. Doesn't matter, you can do either. Just make sure third person character selected, hit delete, and he's gone. Okay, he's gone. Next, we are going to go up to settings and we're going to go to project settings. This will load this window. We're going to go to maps and modes, and then within maps and modes we have default modes, and we have default game mode, which should be third person game mode. If it's not and you've got something else, just choose third person game mode. We're going to expand selected game mode using the little arrow here. That'll expand out our options. Then for default pawn class, we want to change this from third person character to the Shinbi player character. Hit OK. Something will load up in the background. You might have noticed cheekily these two pictures change. She's now animated because we've actually called her. Close this, hit play, and we have Shinbi. By default, her attacks work, so she actually has a combo set up. So you mash the button, you can do a 3-attack combo. You can go forward, you can go back, and you can go left and you can go right. But the default setup is to allow you to kind of run around like in like an RPG or something. But instead, we want to lock Shinbi so that we don't have that same functionality. So hit escape to come out of the preview. And then we're going to go and we're going to use this Shinbi player character blueprint. So this is the character. It is the blue bottom one, not this one. You go into this one, you're going to see all this spaghetti. You don't need it. Close it. Don't worry. Just go into the Shinbi player character. And you'll see this. Now, you can ignore the middle screen. First of all, we're going to use what's up in the top left-hand corner here. So there's two settings we need to fix to get Shinbi working as we need her to. So make sure that the top option, the Shinbi player character self, is selected, and then go over to the details on the other side. In here, we're going to find yaw. Okay, Y-A-W. And it says use controller rotation yaw. We're going to put a tick in that box. Then we're going to get rid of that. And then next, we're going to go back over to the left to this component section. And this time, we're going to look for the character movement inherited option. So we're going to click on that. This will change again. Same way, we're going to click here, and then we're going to type in orient. And we're going to get this option for orient rotation to movement. We're going to untick that box, and then we're going to hit compile up top here, and then save. And we're now going to go back in and click on play, and now Shinbi moves left to right. She moves back and forth, and she turns as we turn. Now, she's not perfect. She does lean, but that's the only animation that's set up. So normally Shinbi would have like a left and right animation. She'd have a start animation, but she just kind of jars. But it lets you run about. You can kind of jump. Jump's kind of small, but you can go about and you can play about with your movement. And that's it. She can attack, she can move. That's all she can really do, but that will get you set up. And if we wanted to fix things like the animation blending so that this worked properly, it'd be a bit more work. Last thing for playing about that I want to go back into is we're going to go back into the character blueprint, and then we're going to go back to this character movement inherited component. And here there is a bunch of stuff you can change in terms of your the way that you walk and the way that you move. You have max step height, steps you can go up. You have flexion, max walk speed. So if I change that to say 5,000, compile, save, come out, Shinbi now goes really fast. Speed of light. And yeah, I think like if you're trying to emulate most Paragon heroes, most of them were in the 600 to 700 range character movement. So yeah, you can just go back, find that 5,000 and just change to like 655 was the fee. You have jump height, so if you want to change your jump height, you can change it to 600. Can walk off ledges, can walk off like all this stuff. You can have a play about and see what you want. You won't really break anything as long. Just remember, like if you change anything. Worst case, if you mess this stuff up, all you have to do is just delete the content and you can re-add it from the launcher. And that's you. That is Shinbi, who can now jump and run and move in the way that you normally would. So you can do this with any project you've got. If you've already set the project up and you don't have the third-person content, you can create a new project, add the third-person content from it, or you can do some other work. I might make, if people want it, I might make another video on how to fix the rest of our, so like our animations work properly, and how to do some other things. But that's it. Have fun with Shinbi. Bye.